Perhaps you've seen it. Maybe in a dream. A murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything. Once branded, the symbol of the curse, an augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish, time after time. For that is your fate, the fate of the cursed.
Hey guys, and welcome to my playthrough of Dark Souls 2, Skull of the First Sin. So I have played Dark Souls 2 before, and if you don't know about Skull of the First Sin, basically, more or less, it's just a new version of the game with different enemy placements, different item placements on all the DLCs for Dark Souls 2 attached. And of course, you know, you have your up res, and a few of the lighting effects have changed a little bit, but not too much of a difference, really. You know, the details are always nice, but when you're in a game like this, you're not really kind of looking around too much when you're focusing on enemies, but nonetheless. So the first thing I'm going to do is let's go check and see if this troll is still here. I'm guessing he is, since the footprints are still here. And, yeah, I'm going to fuck right off here. Let's just aggro him a little bit to piss him off. The trolls in this game, if you haven't fought against them at any point, are absolutely horrible, even when you're really high level, but really, really not worth dealing with. But anyways, let's go in here and we'll go ahead and get the story somewhat started, and here we go.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse. It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name? At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be? Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you. All people come here for the same reason, to break the curse.
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom. But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You'll lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Okay, so now that we have Ned Flanders all ready to go ahead and take on Dark Souls, let's go ahead and go. Let's just see what these fine young ladies have to say. And it's always good to talk to the NPCs as much as possible, since usually the last dialogue option you have with them will give you an item, which is always nice. Okay, I think I got everything I need from her. And it would appear we have the Shmitar +1, yep. And we have the longsword or short sword. I'm wondering if I have enough. I'm wondering if I have enough dexterity to use both of them, because if you have enough dexterity, you can actually do a dual strike with the swords, which is actually really nice, because it does tend to add on the poise. So when you hit an enemy, they're more likely to get a little bit more staggered than usual with the those two weapons. It does take a little bit more stamina, but if you do it right and you get that good mixture in your character, I think it's always pretty good. Just trying to figure out what I want with my setup here, because different weapons will kind of act a little bit differently depending on the arm you have them on. And so if I can block correctly and strike quickly with another, will fit my playstyle pretty well, but that should be pretty good so far. Alright, let's see what we have up here. Chest. Okay, what's in the chest? Human effigy, okay. So we already have a few of these here. Now you can see Ned Flanders. Here to save the day, of course. And he has this nice green garb that's really fitting. I do like it. Okay, so now Dark Souls finally begins. So let's light our first bonfire here. And so the bonfires are pretty much checkpoints, so if you die or if you want to fast travel back to a specific area in the map, you can you'll always be sent there. So that's always nice. One thing in Dark Souls 1 that I think added a lot to the game that Dark Souls 2 did take away is I did kind of like not being able to teleport right away. It was really annoying, but the map was very centralized in a way. It had a lot of branching paths. So if you I mean, it wasn't too hard to get to a specific area, and it made it feel a bit more dreadful. Because every single time you go, oh, I want to go to this area, but I have to go through all these enemies, is it really worth it? And there's a lot of risk assessment in that, which I really kind of miss, because it's really easy to just kind of get to the next bonfire, go back to your home base in this game, which I'll be showing you, and you know, there's not much feeling of consequence, and feeling that if you die, it's that big of a deal. But we'll digress on that a little bit further throughout the game. I won't get too far into that at the moment, but as you can see, we're getting through these base level enemies pretty easily. Ned Flanders, Neighborino. Okay. So, skipping these tombstones here, they're just basically tutorials, but we know what we're doing. Alright, let's go up here. Here's someone. One thing I do have to say is the sound design in these games are definitely unappreciated. You know, just in those areas where it's really quiet and you hear the enemies making their groans and whatever noises they make, it does add a lot of dread to the levels, which I really do appreciate. And I think that's one thing that Dark Souls, this franchise in general, does really well, is just setting a really good tone. And of course the challenge, you know, they're known for the challenge, which of course that's kind of what brought Demon Souls into light, and of course helped them make Dark Souls 2. Can't do a parry worth anything. Come on. I used to be able to do these so well. Let's use a healing item in here. But nonetheless, yeah, I mean the hard gameplay is definitely a major plus in these games. I think I still would enjoy them too fast if they were easy, but now I'm at this point. I would be very upset if the difficulty gets lowered at all. I tend to expect these games to get harder with every game, and Dark Souls 2 does do that in many ways. In some ways, it kind of falls short. I think Demon Souls definitely was a very challenging game, and I highly recommend you play it, because I would say it's just as good as Dark Souls in many ways. And Dark Souls 2 the funny thing is it takes a lot from Demon Souls, being the kind of the central hub and feeling like each area is kind of a little bit more sectioned off and not part of a whole. But I think Dark Souls did do that part right over Demon Souls, but nonetheless. Okay, take that. And they don't stand a chance. Okay, let's do a running jump here. Here we go. No, not yet. Yeah, so they changed the controls for the running jumps. The first time I ever played this game, you just go and expect the controls to be exactly the same, and then that's usually your first step, right at this cliffside here, but not today. I'm going to try to get as little deaths as I can in this playthrough, and of course I'll be showing all of them if I get stuck on a boss, which I think is unlikely. I will make sure to cut that out so it's not so tedious for everyone, but I'm pretty confident that won't be an issue. So, alright, let's see. Ned Flanders. I love it. Alright. I wish I could do a better impression of Ned Flanders, but I won't even try. My voice can't even go that high. Okay. So we get... Let's see if we have any... No. Wardrobe's pretty much good at the moment. I don't even have life ring equipped. What am I doing? So you can see that our health went up a pretty decent amount right there. Most of the items are pretty passive, especially in this game, which... You can go into scaling of Dark Souls and Demon Souls and everything else equipable items, but I would say they're more or less the same. They don't do too much of an improvement, but when you see something that just adds that little extra advantage to you, it's always nice. But nonetheless, I mean, the more Dark Souls is never an issue, in my opinion. So, I mean, they could keep coming out with the Dark Souls every year, and as long as the quality didn't dip, and, you know, they try to do a few new things with every game, I would never be disappointed. But, anyways, looks like we have Majula. Nice, okay. Majula Oblongata. But nonetheless, I'm going to leave the episode off here, guys. Be looking for the next episode very soon, and we will go ahead and get started into Dark Souls. And I'm pretty sure Ned Flanders is going to... He's gonna kick some ass. Alright guys, see ya.